Hello, sweet friends. What's up? And welcome back to my channel. Actually, I feel like I should be welcoming myself back to YouTube because it has been a minute. Then again, I've been off and on for a while. But if you are new to my channel, if you are a regular, you already know why I was away. If you are new, I just had a baby, just as in 7 weeks ago, but it is my first, and my goodness, it's one thing to hear from people that it's rough. It's another thing to live it. So I have not been able to tear away to be able to film this haul. And so today, hubby is running point with the baby, and I am going to show you what kind of damage I did because I really needed some retail therapy. So if you're interested in seeing what I picked up for this Sephora haul, I will say it's a little bit of a collective haul. There's a lot going on in this bag, a lot of new things. Anyways, we got a show. So let's go ahead and jump right into this haul because I'm excited to show you what all I picked up. Alrighty, my friends. So again, before I jump into it, if you are a regular on my channel, thank you for sticking around. As I've been checking my subscriber count, I see it drop. And I mean, that's just normal, right? Because I haven't been consistent. And normally, I mean, it's just the norm. People want to see consistency. But if you are a regular, thank you for sticking it out with me. You know, every time I'm out for a little while, you know I'll be back. So I appreciate that. But anyways, I am doing well. Baby is doing well. She will be 8 weeks this Friday, if you can believe it. But it's been a very long, tiring process for reasons that I won't go into here. Maybe I'll do like a postpartum, just kind of catching you up, life update kind of thing. If that interests you, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to do that for you. But y'all, I have the big bag. I mean, the mammoth bag. I do want to say I had saved up a couple of gift cards that I got for my birthday, as well as my $100 rewards that I had cashed in. I had basically held on to those with the intent of doing a postpartum haul. I figured I would need a little retail therapy. So about roughly a couple of weeks ago, my husband stayed home with the baby. I went and I did a Sephora haul. I went and I saw It Ends With Us, but I will tell you, staying awake for that was really difficult. Anyways, but there is a lot to show. I'm just gonna dig right out of the bag, and I'm gonna move quick because there's a lot. So I did pick up the Paula's Choice. I ordered this one, the Omega Complex Cleansing Balm. Currently I use the Fenty Melt Off. I'm on like my third bottle. I love that stuff, but I love the brand Paula's Choice. The BHA exfoliator has been, I'm like on my fourth bottle of that. So this one keeps selling out online, and I knew I wanted to try it. So last time it came back in, I snatched it up, and I think it's like $29. So it's right in line with what these cost. In fact, I thought it was a few dollars less than what the norm is. And so I was happy about that. I picked up the, I guess this is Give, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Gwen Stefani's line. The Fill and Cheeky Amplifying Blush Duo in the shade Ex-Girlfriend. This had been on my loves list for a while. And recently a lot of her stuff went on sale. And so this went on sale for like $19 and change. So I figured I would pick it up now just because, again, it's been on my list for so long. This is what this one looks like. It's a cool pink. Have not yet used this, so I am excited to see. I like the bronzer quite a bit. I have the bronzer in the same little format, and I'm excited to see how that one works. I picked up the OleHenricksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in the shade Strawberry Sorbet. I am on the last legs of the citrusy one, the original, and I really love this stuff. At first, it's funny because when I first started using it, I was like, this doesn't beat my Summer Fridays. The more I used it, the more I loved it, and to the point where I think I might even like it more than my Summer Fridays lip butter balm, which is crazy. But this one I think has like a reddish tint. And this one also kept on selling out. So I was like, okay, I need to pick that one up. There's a couple other shades I'd really like to get. Most recently, I feel like there's a creme brulee. But I figured I really wanted the one with the red tint. Then I picked up, what is this? The Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in one of the new shades in Strawberry Sorbet. This shade super stood out to me. This is gonna get annoying, isn't it? I'm sorry. It's just easier to keep this up here. Let me see if I can fold the straps down. This is weird, I'm sorry. Okay. It's easier to reach in the bag than keep on digging down from the floor. So I have a couple of these from his original launch and love them. So I knew I wanted this one, and it's such a pretty color. This like pop of strawberry, like reddish pink is so pretty. I've only used it once, so I can't tell you yet if I love it. I love the color, but I will say that I watched a video in which Tati used this, and she had mentioned that it wasn't the same, like it wasn't consistent with the formula of the originals. It was like putting, like it was basically removing her foundation. I was gonna say balding her face, but no, removing her foundation. So I don't know. I love the shade. I don't know about the wearability. But I did pick it up, and I love the color. So regardless, I picked up one of these have been getting really good reviews. So it's the It Cosmetics Sun Blush in the shade Sunlit 10. You guys, the formula on these is incredible. It is so I love the shade range. They're like almost like a pop but neutral. So pretty. And the feel of these, it's like thick but yet not. It doesn't go on feeling thick, and they are very pigmented. It's a really nice formula, and I don't feel like it's anything I have this type of formula in my collection. It is very creamy, very thick, but it doesn't go on cakey on the face. And so it almost kind of seems like an oxymoron, but it's, and this shade is just so pretty, and they last all day. I will tell you that most of what's in here, there's a couple of things I haven't been able to try yet. There are a few things that I have tried once just because curiosity was getting the best of me. And obviously I have not been able to do makeup in like 8 weeks. I think I've done it all of once, and that was the day I went to Sephora and to the movies. So this is the first time again that I was really able to put some of this on my face. But so that aside, I've only been able to use that once. What I'm trying to say is, and you can tell I haven't filmed a video in a while, I'm like just stumbling over my words, but I haven't been able to test that out, or most of these products. So that's that. Okay, the CL, I think that's how you pronounce this brand, CL Bronzing Concentrate SPF 50. I picked this one up shortly before the baby arrived, and so I was able to use this a couple of times, and I was so blown away. I love this stuff. Now, typically I don't go for a bronzer in a liquid form like this, but I've heard so much about the brand. I'm super into bronzers at the moment that I wanted to pick it up, and it's got SPF 50. So it definitely is liquidy, but the shade, this is the lighter of the two. There's only 2 shades. It goes on so nicely. The color is perfect. It's like a neutral. It's not red, it's not orange, but then again, it's not ashy, you know, like some of these bronzers are that can kind of double as a contour, which I don't really contour. And so I love how this goes on. It looks so natural and so healthy on my skin. I can't wait to keep using this, but yeah, so I am very happy that I picked that up, and to the point where I'm interested now in maybe even checking out a couple other things from the brand just because I'm so impressed by this bronzer. Okay, so what I'm wearing on my face today, I picked up I've been wanting this, it's been on my loves list for a while, the Fenty Skin Hydra Vizor Hues Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 30. So I did do the whole set, if you will, the refill and the little case. I did want the case. And I'm glad I did. I think the case was worth $6. I know there's been back and forth about that, but I love that it's got this little detail. I very much like the case. I thought it was worth $6. So you already know, you buy the case, and then the refill is the tinted moisturizer. This actually provides quite the nice coverage for a tinted moisturizer. It's like in between a tinted moisturizer and a foundation, at least for me and what I like. And I am really happy. It's what I'm wearing today. It goes on so nicely. The shade, I got 2 and it was perfect. So very glad I bought this. This is the second time I use this, because again, as things have come in, I just throw them on my face as a one and done just to kind of test it out, to bring me a little bit of makeup joy within these last few weeks. And I loved it. And so again, putting it on today, I used it with my Kosas Cloud Set, and it's just so good. Love it. So I also picked up one of the Hourglass liquid, these are those liquid blushes. This is the shade Whim. Have not used this, so I don't know how I'm gonna like this, but I know it's been getting great reviews. I know it's got the little button thingy down here, kind of like the Danessa Myricks mattifying primer, whatever that was. Anyways, so I've heard a lot of good things about this. It was expensive, but this has been sitting in this bag for a while. I picked it up the day it released as like a 24-hour app exclusive, which I think was right before or right during the time that the baby arrived. So it's been sitting waiting for me to try. I picked up the Danessa. I love Danessa Myricks. So if I see she's coming out with something, especially something from the Yummy Skin line, I definitely want to try it out. So this is the Lift and Flex Concealer for eyes and face. And I have actually seen people using this almost kind of like a foundation, dotting it all over. And it is very, very pretty. It's right in line with what I would expect from the Yummy line. It is, I mean, it's good quality. It doesn't, on me, as long as I don't go in heavy handed, it actually looks really nice. And concealers can be very hit or miss on me. They can look crepey, they can look dry. Concealers people love, I end up not loving, like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm not too much of a fan. Just quite a few others. But this is what this looks like right here. This is the shade 6. So I feel like they do run a little bit light, but I already know which one to get in the Yummy line based on previous products I have purchased. So, and I think 6 is the light medium neutral, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I love this. And basically, you just dot a couple of, you dot it, don't swipe it. Because again, if not, it can look cakey, but used the right way, this thing is incredible. So love that. Then I picked up a couple of products by Ilia, which again, this was like I've been super into the 24-hour early access just for scoping out the new stuff, which there's been a lot of lately. So Ilia came out with a cream bronzer and a cream highlighter. And I have to tell y'all, I was so blown away by these. And in fact, when they came in and I swatched them, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. This is nothing special. Let me tell you this. So the bronzer's in the shade Ray, and it says skin that looks like skin. Follow the sun. This breakthrough bronzer creates healthy sun-kissed dimension, like your skin in golden hour light. The Weightless formula melts in and blends effortlessly, shifting from a silky cream into a seamless wash of warmth. And that is the perfect way to describe it. Boosted with potent antioxidants, each swipe helps revive your skin's natural radiance. Oh my gosh. So when you look at this, first of all, I'm going to say the component kind of sucks. It's plastic, it's lightweight, and it it's so cheapy, if you will, that like you can kind of, now it probably is recyclable. It is, and that's probably why they made it this way. So whatever, it is what it is. I love the color. Very neutral. But that's the first thing I noticed, because first impressions, right? So I was like, oh, this is so flimsy. And then I looked at the product, swatched the product, and I was like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna be for me. So here's how it swatches. It does have a sheen, a golden sheen, which might put off some of you, but honestly, and it does not swatch well. It almost looks like it would be like a bronzing highlight. Something happens when you put this on a brush and put it on your face, because that kind of sheen finish, that metallic sort of finish, goes away. It looks so natural, like it said on the box, so like adding a warmth, that I was blown away. And those are the kind of things I love to experience with new makeup. Like, I didn't expect to love this, and oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. So I was very happy that I picked that one up. And then the highlighter, I have to tell you, is kind of along the same lines. It is so pretty. It gives my skin a very wet look. I got it in the shade Glint. This one says, find your light. This breakthrough highlighter creates a soft, seamless radiance like your skin at its healthiest. The Weightless formula melts in and blends effortlessly, shifting from a silky cream into a luminous veil. Boosted with potent antioxidants, each swipe helps revive your skin's natural glow. And this makes me look like a glazed donut in the best way. Not greasy, not shiny, just a very wet finish. This is what this one looks like. And I absolutely love it. So again, it feels very thick to the touch. They don't swatch great, but they go on the skin so beautifully that I cannot sing the praises enough for these two products. I'm so glad I picked them up. And they weren't cheap. I think they may have been like $36 each. It was expensive, but very well worth it. I was happy to find out. So Next, I got the Rare Beauty, I've heard great things about these. The Rare Beauty Find Comfort Hydrating Under Eye Patches. They finally made their way to Sephora because they'd only been available on the Rare website, which I had never ordered before. I pretty much wait till it comes to Sephora or Ulta products so that it's an easier return if I need to. I've used them once and I bought them with the intent of needing self-care days once the baby came, which I haven't been able to pretty much do any of, but these patches are actually really nice. They feel so thin. I expected them to be thick and plush, and I was like, oh, well, I used one pair right before the baby came, and I was like, oh, I see what people mean. So you get, I think it's 8 pairs, and it was $25. So that was pretty decent for 8 self-care days, you know. Then I picked up, I kind of went on a whim with this one. So I had been hearing amazing things about the Phlur Mood Ring perfume. And I'm trying to think who I heard it from. I can picture her. And as soon as I finish filming this, I'm going to remember her name. She's friends with Babs Beauty. She lives in Canada. If you watch her, you already know who I'm talking about. Gosh, why can't I? Oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Anyways, she had taken a trip to Disney. And I guess the friend she was with bought this, used it, and she said it was amazing. So she went out and bought it. And so I was like, ooh, she showed the bottle, and I was like, I love that bottle. And so then I started reading the notes, and it was fruit gummies, which I was like, okay, I feel like I need that. Pitaya pulp, the top notes are pitaya pulp, orange fruit gummies. The heart is orange flower, jasmine, sambac. Marigold bloom, and then the base is patchouli, glazed musk, and amber. It's got very mixed reviews online. Some people are like, I hated it, I didn't smell the gummies, this just smells musky, whatever. So I knew I was going to take a chance. I went in store to pick up something that I had needed, and just out of curiosity, I went and sprayed this because I didn't want to just buy it totally blind and be like, oh, I hate it. Sprayed it. I was like, wow, this smells really good. Got back to the car because my husband had driven me over and he was like, ooh, you smell really good. I was like, done, I need this perfume. So all that to say, I have not bought a perfume in, I think, years, to be honest. I bought a couple of travel sizes, but really I've bought more body sprays like the Sol de Janeiro. Look at this thing. It is so, I don't even think you're gonna be able to see that, but look, it brings me back to the 90s when mood rings were a thing. And it's so heavy duty. This is I think this is probably one of the nicest bottles I've ever seen with a perfume, but the cap is magnetic. So I love it. And so, gosh, it smells good. It like makes me happy. I've had some pretty low days these last almost 8 weeks. Just some days where I kind of just feel down in the dumps. And this scent, you know how they say scents like bring back memories or whatever? It brings me happiness. Anyways, whatever, that aside. I did pick up 2 of the Nude Stix Stacks blushes. These are so great. There's been a lot of good releases here lately, but these are another one that I've used like 1 time each, and I love them. I also love the concept that you can stack them to so I purchased, let me tell you, what shades did I purchase just so that you know. Barely Nude, and then I picked up Pink Love, and I was so happy with the choices I made in these. They are so pretty. So they almost kind of, they feel like a powder, but I can't remember. I have to go back to the box. It's been a while. I can't remember if these are like a kind of, I think they're like a cream to powder, but this is a magnetic top. The thing about it is, like, if you're traveling and you want to take 2 or 3 different shades of something, like a blush, let me hold on, take a step back. If you want to take 2 or 3 shades of this blush, take off the cap and basically stack them, I think. I know this is how it works somehow. Okay, hold on. Yeah, stack them, and then you can just put 1 lid. Basically put 1 lid and you're good. And you can stack, they have several other shades, which I hope to buy more of, and you can stack them and then take them instead of taking each and every one, you know? So love, love, love. I don't wanna drop one and then, okay, so let me show you a swatch of this pink one. Okay. Oh gosh, that wasn't a good one, hold on. They're very lightweight, they feel very powdery, very lightweight, but they go on so nicely on the skin. They are very, I guess, blurring. Toss that up there. Not enough hands. They're they look very airbrushed on my skin. I very much like them. When I first used them, I went in with my Real Techniques cream blush brush, and it was almost like too dense for them. It was, I can pretty much use a powder blush brush for those and be good to go. So the next item I picked up, which this one I have been using for a while because with all the sleepless nights, this has come in really handy. It's the Laneige Bouncy and Firm Eye Sleeping Mask. I think I'm sold for life on this. I did not think, I just kind of went on a whim thinking knowing I would need something for under my eyes once the baby came, because I bought this like maybe a day or two before, I think. Anyways, and this is so good. It's thick, but it's weird. Here's what it feels like to me. It feels like when you put on like an under eye patch for hydration, that gel that's on those, that's what this feels like. It is like an eye patch without the patch, and it feels so good, to the point where I am actually very curious to try the face bouncy sleeping mask. This has me sold, and I will repurchase this. I also thought it was a pretty decent price for what you get. You get 0.70 ounces, which I think most eye creams come with like half an ounce. And the price was pretty decent too. So I loved that. I picked up two luxury bronzers. Let me put this back down because it's getting annoying. And yes, they were expensive. They had been on my loves list for a minute, and it was during that haul where like I was overtaken with just needing retail therapy, and here we are. So I did pick up the Armani Luminous Silk Sunlit Creamy Bronzing Powder. It's the one I'm wearing today. You guys, it's so good. And again, I love a good bronzer, but I've been in a really, in a bronzer mode for a few months now. Anyways, I picked up the lightest shade at the store. It's shade 90. It can be deceiving because it looks light in the pan, and it's actually, it's perfect for me. I wouldn't have wanted to go any deeper. So this thing is massive. So for the price, I feel like it was actually pretty decent because this thing is very large and in charge, and it looks like it's got gold glitter. If you look at it in the pan, I don't think it would come across to you, but it looks like it's got gold glitter. I don't see that come across when I put that on my face, but see how I love a good neutral bronzer, and this delivers just that. So look how light it looks. It looks very light. Once you start putting it on the face, it can be very deceiving. Because it just shows up so nicely. It just blends like a dream. It's what I was hoping it would be, especially for the price tag. Now, the next bronzer I'm going to show you came with a price tag heftier than that one, and I'm almost embarrassed to show you, but honestly, I was kind of overtaken with the packaging. But it's the YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze, and I picked up the shade 02 Buff Dune. This is the one that looks like it comes in like a little, like clutch. How pretty is that? Oh my goodness. I probably am like a lot of other people and got suckered in because of the packaging, but it also does perform very nicely. If I had to pick out of the two, I think I would choose the Armani, but this also is very, very nice. It's pretty smooth to the touch. Again, also with the neutral tone that I am always here for. I hope you can see that, but just very, very pretty. In fact, on the swatch, it almost kind of looks like it's got a little bit of yellow, but definitely not the red or orange undertones that I dislike on my skin tone so much. So I picked that up and am happy with it. So I guess I should be given the price tag on that. Okay, we still have a few things to go. I picked up, I'm gonna leave the bag up here, y'all. I picked up one of the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter eyeshadows. These have been out for a while, but I was watching, I can't even remember her name. I'm not even gonna try to remember, but anyways, she's always so feminine and delicate, and she was going through a tutorial, and this was on her eye. She was talking about how she layers products. This one and another one I'm gonna show you, and I was like, ooh. And then it kind of, do you ever have those regrets that you're like, this product has been out for a while, and I know within the last year or two during holiday, they've released a set of these in smaller versions, but you can get like all three. Anyways, I had that moment where I was like, dang, now I wish I would have bought that holiday set. Anyways, so here we are. But this is what the little pot looks like. It's in the shade Aura Aura, which is the pink version. It is very, very pretty. The other two are also nice. There's like a, not a copper, but a kind of a bronzy shade, and then there's a gold shade, which I wouldn't go for. I will say, in these types of things, nothing to me beats the Marc Jacobs. Do you remember those that came in a little pot for holiday one year? I have like 4 of them, and they're my favorite thing ever. And so nothing will compare to that, but this is very, very pretty. And from what I remembered, didn't have this shade, and I don't in the Marc Jacobs, something like this. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to go for it. So I picked that up. The other product that she had talked about that I actually love, again, threw it on my eyes once just because I was super curious, is by Merit. It's the Solo Shadow Matte Eye Color in the shade Studio. This cream eyeshadow, ooh, thankfully it's plastic, because if that would have fallen on the floor, it does feel kind of cheap. It is plastic, but this is the most cashmere feeling matte cream eyeshadow I have ever used in my life. It is so nice, and it looks so beautiful on the eyelid. It's very smoothing, so it just looks, it makes my eyelid look really, really smooth. And then the girl that I'm telling you about, again, can't remember her name, layered this and then that Aura by Hourglass over top. So, you know, but I loved this enough to where I'm gonna add a couple more to my loves list and eventually pick them up maybe like during a sale or something, just because they are so good. So I picked up by Refy. I really like the brand. I've got a handful of things that I actually really like. And you know what? Do I even want to open this? This is another bronzer. This is in the shade Dune. It's their cream bronzer, and it is the more neutral, because pretty much all of their cream bronzers run, if I remember right, really red. I was like swatching them in store and I thought, oh no. But then I saw that one store in my city carried this Dune shade. I swatched it and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Again, a more neutral shade. So I haven't even taken this one out to swatch, but ooh, it's so creamy. It's so melty. Look how melty it is. That's nice. And I swatched this in store, but you know, sometimes like when it's new, when a product is new, it just kind of swatches different than when it's been used and abused. So this is what this one looks like. I love me a good cream bronzer. Honestly, for the price, Refy is like decent prices, I feel like, but I think this was maybe like $24. And I'm really, really happy with the size and everything. It's made in Taiwan, and I'm curious really how much. It's 8.3 grams. So I'm very, very happy with that. Then I picked up one of the new Fenty blushes, which I can already tell you, I love these so much. There are 3 others on my loves list. The Lollipoppy, What a Brat, which I have in the, I guess, highlight when she came with What a Brat is not new. What I'm trying to figure out is if it's completely different on the blush end than the one she previously released in more of like a kilowatt. Anyways, and then there's another one, Baking Cakes, or I don't know. Anyways, I picked up Summertime Wine. The reason I went with this one was because with fall coming up, this is the kind of pink tone that gives you like that perfect, I'm in the warm from the cold outside, flush cheek situation. I love the packaging. I feel like the last few of her releases have really gotten me. And then this is what this looks like. So it definitely is the perfect name for it, Summertime Wine. It is a wine shade. These are some of the softest blushes I have ever touched, ever. And they look so satiny. They are beautiful to swatch. It's lovely. So that being said, this was one of my favorite things that I picked up in this haul. And again, I do want to go back for a couple other shades once I have recovered from this haul. Anyways, so there is that. And then we have got just a handful more things, guys, I promise. I'm not even going to open this because it'll take me a little bit of time, but Sephora redid these, and I didn't realize that's what they were doing. And my favorite lippy of life is one of these lip tints, the cream lip stains. And it's in Flaming Flamingo, and I think now they've redone it and it's called Hot Pink or something. But I regretted not getting a backup, and I saw that like out of stock, no longer carried, and I was like, come on. So anyways, I went and picked up a different shade just to have, and as it turns out, they came out with the line again, kind of repackaged, renamed, all of that. But this is in the shade Whipped Blush, and it's also like a kind of like a cooler hot pink. Anyways, so I picked that up, and I will tell you, I picked that up the morning that my water broke. So I remember that very fondly. But here's the thing, I didn't realize that it was my water that had broke. More to come if you want that story. But anyways, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Face Conceal and Sculpt Brush. This goes with that concealer that I showed you. I love Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin line, but I also love a good concealer brush. But it has the shape, it has to depend. Hold on, can I get this out? Okay, so this is what this looks like. Look how pretty this is, or functional, let's say that. It's almost like a little bear paw, you know? And I have not yet used this, but it is soft as all get out, and I'm not even gonna put it back in the box because I'll be putting that away. I've literally been keeping these things in the bag to be able to show you. And then I picked up, oh my gosh, there's like 4 more things in this bag. This is the longest haul of life, I'm sorry y'all. I picked up 2 of the newer, I don't know how new they are, but 2 of the newer Sephora matte lipsticks, one in the shade 12 and the other in the shade 10. 10 is called On Blast. I've since taken off the little label for 12, so I don't remember what that's called. These are some of the nicest matte lipsticks I have ever used. They are so soft, like velvety on the lips, and they stay put without drying out the lips like crazy. Let's see, where can we put this? Oh my gosh. I haven't used this since I bought it. And again, this is another thing I went and picked up the day my water broke. This is 12. Oh my gosh, so good. And then 10 is just a little bit deeper. These are so, so nice. I really recommend you checking these out if you're into a good matte lipstick that doesn't dry out your lips and that really stays on. I think these are $16. Not only that, but when there's a sale, usually Sephora items go down to 30% off. So definitely worth checking out. Now, the last, sorry for all that noise. The last 4 things I have. Another cream blush. This is the Anastasia Blurring Serum Blush. It's the one I'm wearing. It's Hibiscus. I love this blush. Love. And again, this is another one that had like mixed reviews. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm taking a chance. I love the little applicator. It's this little needle nose. I don't go in directly on my face. I go in on the back of my hand, and then from there, I pick it up with my brush. But you guys, this is the prettiest shade. I have nothing like this in my collection. And I feel like looking at it here on the screen, it's almost not looking as vibrant as it is in person, but it's almost like a very vibrant salmon pink. And I'm into those types of shades. So beautiful. It wears so nicely. I'm really happy with it. And I don't know why it's getting so many mixed reviews. Again, I think that needle nose is part of it. I don't know. Anyways. And then I picked up I have one of these already. This is the Anastasia Lip Velvet, but they came out with a few new shades. And so I picked up Rosy Mauve, which is this one right here. I love this formula. It doesn't dry out my lips. It's the perfect liquid lipstick. It's moussey. I don't know what that was that I just did. It was like air quotes, but I did all my fingers. It's very moussey. They're beautiful. So picked up one of these. And then last but not least, what I'm wearing now, I picked up 2 different ones, and I'm gonna tell you guys, these are amazing. And this is also by Fenty, and it's the Gloss Balm Sticks. I'm not a huge fan of just the Gloss Balm in and of itself. So I was leery of these until I started seeing like reviews on YouTube. Being, let's see, tied to the living room, just because the baby is she doesn't like to be she likes to sleep on one of us. And so during the day, obviously, we put her in her bassinet at night. But so it's hard to really get anything done, which is fine. I know a lot of babies are Velcro babies, but it has also led to quite a bit of YouTube watching. And so that's how I stumbled upon this review. Anyways, I picked up Hibiscus and Blaz'd Donut. So Hibiscus is what I'm wearing. I've been wearing it for a little while. So like, I feel like the initial plumping glossy effect has kind of worn off. But just to show you, like the stain or the shade is still kind of there. The packaging is incredible. It's like this little acrylic component. I think this is very, very pretty for the price point. I love it when there's detail like this. So this is what they almost kind of look like the Makeup by Mario what were those? The ones that came in the little plastic tube. I don't remember. Anyways, it is so good. They smell good too. But they are so glossy. Just, oh, beautiful. Make your lips look luscious type of thing. So I got, again, Hibiscus and Blaz'd Donut, which I have not yet used Blaz'd Donut. But I love that it's the lightest one, obviously. It's a very pinky nude. I love that the component matches the shade of the lippy itself. So, so good. That's it. That's the end of this haul. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the bag. Nope, that is it. You guys, y'all are the real MVPs for sticking this out because this was, I think, pretty long. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope this was some sort of entertaining to you. I hope this was some sort of intriguing, or maybe something caught your eye. That's why I love watching Sephora hauls, because it ends up adding more things to my loves list. But again, thank you all so much for sticking around, even though I haven't been around lately to post. I love each of you so much. As per usual, I'm going to put a verse up on the screen for your encouragement. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you are going through a storm in your life, it is my prayer that the Lord make himself very real to you so that you know you're not navigating that by yourself. It is my prayer that you would just call out to him and make him your savior and your very best friend. It's just, listen, I am going through one of the hardest times in my life, and I cannot imagine navigating this without him. So again, not to push it on you, but just to encourage you, motivate you, and tell you that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. All right, friends, I hope to be back very soon. I've got that Patrick Ta foundation coming in. I've got the new Natasha Denona palette coming in, which is not new anymore at this point. But I hope to have a few videos up here in the near future. So stick around. I'll be back. I love each and every one of you. See you next time. Bye, friends.